video I would like to talk to you about the difference between theory and practice, which I think is a very important topic. I think in general life, especially because we tend to want to understand everything intellectually. That's the kind of way that we are moving towards nowadays as a society, to use a lot the brain and being logical about things, which is good, I think. But at the same time, we cannot have the experience of something unless we have that experience for ourselves. So reading or knowing about certain concepts or ideas about a specific topic will never give us the direct experience of so the real understanding of what those concept ideas are referring to. And I think this has been, especially in the Qigong, my Qigong experience, my little Qigong experience as a teacher, a recurring theme where many people actually approach to me and they actually start practicing with me, and their mind is full of concepts and ideas, meridians, techniques, practices, things that I don't even know what they're talking about, because honestly I'm quite ignorant. I started practicing Nei Gong 8 years ago by now, and the only thing I've been doing is just practicing this system, experiencing things for myself, and verifying my experiences with my teacher to make clear what those experiences meant actually, in terms of progress in my path. So in this video I would like to talk to you a little bit about the approach we have in the Nei Kung Fu school, and the difference between these two elements, theory and practice. They are both relevant in one way, but we tend to give more emphasis to the practical aspect. Shifu says all the time, and we always laugh, there is only 3 secrets to learn Nei Gong. The first one is to practice, the second one is to practice, and the third one instead is to practice. Which doesn't mean that actually we don't provide clear instructions on the practice, or the system is kind of not clear. It's the opposite actually. We teach practices, and we, in a way, in a very simple way, with only the theory required to practice well. Not other things are not necessary. That will just fill up our mind with concept and things that will even distract us from the practice itself. Because what happens is that when our mind is full, we are not able to see actually objectively what it is taking place, unfortunately, because we fantasize about things. We make things up with our mind because maybe we read certain concept ideas, meridians, Qi, all this nonsense. At the end of the day, we're not able actually to practice well. We color the practice, we change the nature of the practice, because with our mind we're doing something else. So the practices we give are actually quite clear and simple in one way, in the sense that the theory that is present in the practice is the one we need to practice well. Only when the student does or has a certain experience, that is a good moment when the student contact me or contact an instructor and report those experiences. In that moment we might clarify with some theory what happened, what is the meaning of that experience, but only giving the strictly necessary explanation that is suitable at that moment. So only to explain what happened, what it means in terms of energy practice, and that's it. For the reason that I said before, it's good. I always say to my students that we have to be very skeptical about what we do, and we have to practice as a scientist, as new scientist every day even. So really executing at the best that we can our exercises, so the practices that we teach in the Nei Kung Fu school. Observe, next day, a new scientist performing the same instructions at the best of his or her abilities, and again observe. And when we see that something repeat itself constantly, means that actually a certain experience repeats itself constantly, we actually have found something. And that is a good moment when we can contact our instructor to ask, what is it? When I do this all the time, I have this particular sensation or experience taking place. So in this way, we can really be objective. And I think it's a very important thing, especially because many people are, unfortunately, and it is due to a lack of actually real experience of depth in this field, of some teacher and system. I'm not pointing to anybody in a bad way, because depends what we find in life. We think that is it. So unfortunately, in this field, everything is quite abstract. So there are no people able to demonstrate the existence of this vital energy force. Everything is theory, everything is making conclusions. I cannot even think how many people wrote me saying I have a Qi deviation, I have this, I have that, only because maybe they watched some videos on YouTube and they concluded by themselves, which I think it is actually quite dangerous. So this is one of the big danger, I think, of the theory of knowing too much. It's a false knowing, because it's not your knowing. It's not your experience. It's listening to somebody else and believing it, or thinking that you got it. So I encourage, we encourage in general the opposite in the school. Very simple, practical, down-to-earth approach towards this discipline, because if the practices they work, there's no need to talk much about them. The result will show up, and then you can ask to your teacher what's going on here. And actually things are quite tangibly insane to a certain degree, at a certain level, but then we get used to it, so everything becomes quite normal at the same time. So theory is important only to explain, only to practice well. The essential theory needed to practice well, a specific set of instructions, of exercises. And later, after we do the experience, so practice is the core fundamental aspect of our approach, let's say, then the theory comes after as an explanation of what just took place. So I hope with this video I clarified to you a little bit the down-to-earth approach that we have towards the practice, and also personally I really encourage, and in general I think we do it in the school, a great degree of responsibility and freedom. We have to do things for ourselves. We don't have to believe anybody. Nobody's better than us. We can learn tools. We can practice diligently. We know that somebody is there when it is needed to help us, but there is no such thing as a great guru, great enlightened beings walking on water and all this kind of stuff. We are very simple in this sense. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you're interested, actually there is a class tomorrow to start the first level. The next one is going to be next month, or you can just sign up on the website for the free exercises. Have a good day.